The narrative was written before the plane even touched down in Miami. The media told you a specific story. They told you this was the sunset lap, the final easy paycheck for the aging king. They showed you images of him grocery shopping in Publix, pushing a cart like a normal dad, relaxing on yachts, wearing that bright pink jersey like a tourist on an extended holiday. The world looked at Lionel Messi in 2024 and saw a retirement plan. They saw a man winding down, enjoying the fruits of a legendary career, stepping away from the pressure of Europe to play in a league that everyone said was easy. But they were wrong. They were looking at the smile, but they weren't looking at the paperwork. Because while the cameras were focused on the goals and the celebrity guests and the sold-out stadiums, Lionel Messi was quietly executing one of the most aggressive business takeovers in American history. He didn't come to the United States to rest. He came to acquire. This isn't just about soccer anymore. That is the distraction. That is the show behind the curtain. He is building a financial engine that rivals the biggest corporations in the country. We are talking about equity stakes in global technology giants. We are talking about a production company positioned to rival Hollywood studios. We are talking about a beverage empire launching a direct war against Logan Paul and Gatorade. And we are talking about real estate moves that are reshaping the Miami skyline. Most athletes sign a contract to play a game. Messi signed a contract to own the industry. In the next 15 minutes, I am going to show you the numbers that the mainstream sports channels are ignoring. I am going to show you how a kid from Rosario is systematically buying the United States of America. Right under our noses. Forget what you think you know about the GOAT. Welcome to the business of Messi. To understand the empire, you have to understand the specific mechanism that brought him here in the history of American sports. The contract model has always been the same. The team owner pays the player plays the game, and the television networks keep the real money. Michael Jordan generated billions of dollars for the NBA on NBC, but he never saw a single cent of the advertising revenue. LeBron James signed massive contracts, but he does not get a deposit every time a fan buys a League Pass subscription. Lionel Messi changed the model. When the MLS approached him, they knew a salary cap wouldn't be enough. They knew they couldn't compete with the oil money in the Middle East. So they did something that has never been done in the history of organized sports. They didn't just offer him a paycheck, they offered him the keys to the kingdom. Apple, the largest company in the history of the world, stepped in. They had just signed a massive 10-year, $2.5 billion deal to broadcast the league. And buried in the fine print of that agreement was the Messi clause. Here is how it works. Lionel Messi receives a percentage of every single new subscription to the MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Think about the scale of that. Every time a fan in Ohio, or London, or Tokyo, or Buenos Aires clicks subscribe to watch a game, Messi gets paid. He didn't just sign for a team. He became a partner with the broadcaster. On the day of his debut, Apple TV recorded 110,000 new signups in a single day. That is a 1,600% increase over the previous day. And Messi gets a cut of all of it. Done. He essentially turned the entire league into his personal passive income stream. While other players are fighting for a salary, Messi is taxing the audience. This is the difference between being an employee and being an institution. And the genius part is, this revenue is uncapped as the league grows, as the World Cup comes to America in 2026, and as millions of new fans tune in. His check gets bigger. He isn't just playing in the MLS. He is effectively a company founder of the new MLS. But the broadcasting money was just the fuel. What he did next with his production company was the fire. But the passive income from Apple was just the foundation of the house. In September 2024, the next phase began while you were watching highlights on Twitter and while the sports world was debating his injury status. Lionel Messi made a move that had nothing to do with his physical body. He launched 525 Rosario, a global production company named after the specific street address of his childhood home in Argentina. This might sound like a vanity project, but do not be fooled. This is a strategic move straight out of the LeBron James and Maverick Carter playbook. Messi realized that for the last 20 years, other people have been telling his story. Other people have been selling documentaries about him. Other people have been owning the rights to his life. That ends now. He partnered with Smuggler Entertainment, the production giants who created his Apple TV documentary. But this time, he isn't just the subject. He is the boss. They are setting up dual headquarters, one in Miami and one in Los Angeles. Think about the geography of that decision. Miami is the gateway to Latin America, and Los Angeles is the heart of Hollywood. By planting his flag in both cities, he is bridging the two biggest media markets in the Americas, and they are not just making soccer videos. The mandate for 525 Rosario is to develop premium television, feature films, and live commercial events. He is no longer just the talent. He is the studio executive sitting across the table. This is the moment Lionel Messi stopped competing with Cristiano Ronaldo and started competing with Disney and Netflix. He understands that his face is the most recognizable brand on the planet, arguably more recognizable than Mickey Mouse. By creating his own production house, he ensures that he owns the intellectual property of his future. When a movie is made about his life in 10 years, he won't just get a royalty check. His company will produce it, distribute it, and keep the profits. He is positioning himself to control the narrative of sports in America for the next 20 years. LeBron James built the Spring Hill Company, and it was recently valued at $725 million. Messi is looking at that number, and he is coming for it. He is building a media conglomerate that will print money long after he hangs up his boots. But media is intangible. You can't hold it in your hand. To truly buy America, you need a physical product. You need something that every kid in the country can buy at a gas station. And that brings us to the war for the refrigerator. And then there is the war for your fridge. If you want to understand the true ambition of Lionel Messi in America, do not look at the soccer field. Look at the shelves of your local 7-Eleven. For decades, Gatorade owned the sidelines. They were the untouchable giant. Then, Logan Paul and KSI came along with Prime. They used social media to disrupt the market. And they turned a colorful bottle of sugar water into $1 billion evaluation. But now, the final boss has entered the game. Enter Moss Plus. Most athletes sign sponsorship deals. Michael Jordan signed with Gatorade. LeBron James signed with Sprite. They took a check to hold a bottle for a photo shoot. Messi did not want a check. He wanted the factory. Mass Plus is not a sponsorship. It is his company. He created it. He owns it. And he is positioning it as the next generation of hydration. And the strategy he is using is brilliant. He saw that Prime was criticized for having high caffeine and bad ingredients for kids. So he positioned Mass Plus as the healthy alternative. He is explicitly targeting the American mother who buys groceries for her children. He is telling them, Prime is for the hype, but Mass Plus is for the athlete. Look at the rollout strategy. It was calculated. He launched exclusively in Miami first, creating artificial scarcity. He made it hard to find, creating a treasure hunt. He doesn't need to spend $100 million on television commercials like Coke or Pepsi. He has a weapon they do not have, He has 500 million followers on Instagram. One post from Lionel Messi reaches more people than the Super Bowl audience. Times 4. For free. He is using his influence to bypass millions of dollars in advertising costs. It is a direct-to-consumer nuclear weapon, and the math is staggering. The sports drink industry in the United States is worth $33 billion a year. If Mass Plus takes even 1% of that market share, just 1%, that is $330 million in revenue. He is using the American market as a launch pad. Once the brand is established here, he will export it to Europe, to South America, to Asia. He is building a global CPG brand that could eventually be worth more than his entire career earnings combined. He isn't just trying to quench your thirst, he is trying to liquidate the competition. But even with the media company and the drink empire, the smartest investment of all is the team itself. But even with the media company and the drink empire, the smartest investment of all is the team itself. To understand this play, we have to go back to 2007 when David Beckham came to America. Everyone laughed at him. He left Real Madrid to play for the LA Galaxy and took a 70% pay cut, but he knew something they didn't. Buried in his contract was a clause that allowed him to purchase an expansion franchise for a fixed fee of $25 million. At the time, people thought it was a cute vanity project. Today, that vanity project is Inter Miami, and it is valued at over $1 billion. Beckham turned $25 million into $1 billion. It is widely considered the greatest business deal in the history of sports, and now, Lionel Messi is doing the exact same thing, but on a steroid scale. When Messi landed in 2023, Inter Miami was valued at roughly $600 million. It was a mid-tier club struggling to fill a temporary stadium. Then, the Messi effect happened. In less than 18 months, the valuation of the club skyrocketed to $1.2 billion. He didn't just sell tickets, he fundamentally changed the mathematics of the franchise. Revenue quadrupled from $60 million a year to over $200 million a year. The Instagram account grew from 1 million followers to 17 million, surpassing almost every single team in the NFL. And here is the masterstroke. According to owner Jorge Mas, Messi's contract includes an option to purchase an equity stake in the club when he retires. Think about the genius of that loop. He is the employee who is driving up the stock price. Knowing that he has an option to buy the stock later, every goal he scores, every jersey he sells, not every celebrity who shows up to the game, increases the value of the asset he is about to own. He is literally printing his own equity. He is doing exactly what Beckham did, but he is doing it with a team that is already global. When he eventually triggers that option, he won't just be an ex-player sitting in a box. He will be a minority owner of one of the most valuable sports franchises in the Western Hemisphere. He isn't just taking a salary from the club. He is effectively executing a hostile takeover of the club's value graph. It is a financial masterclass that makes his $150 million salary look like pocket change. So the next time you see him walking onto the pitch in Miami, don't just see a number, sir. See a media mogul, see a beverage tycoon, see a tech partner. The United States thought they were importing a soccer player. But they imported a CEO. The game hasn't ended for Lionel Messi. The business has just begun. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe specifically if you want to understand the money behind the game. See you in the next one.